Spent the last few months, and a real chunk of my own money, testing more than a dozen AI video tools. Not free trials, paid plans, top tiers, the whole thing. And almost every single one of them quietly pointed me back to the same place. A place nobody in this niche seems to want to talk about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is. And you know it for free, because I already paid the tuition. Welcome back to ToolProof Lab. AI tools, tested, no hype. One quick promise before we start. I'm not going to call anything a scam, and I'm not going to tell you what's the best. I'm going to tell you what worked for me, what didn't work for my use case, and why. Your results will be different, that's fine. But the pattern I ran into, that part is hard to argue with. Let me walk you through the graveyard first. Let's start with the one in the title. Runway. For a long time, Runway was my setup. It was where I generated, full stop. And the reason it worked was one specific plan, the unlimited one. Flat rate, generate as much as you need, life is good. Then that changed. The unlimited tier got walked back. And here's the thing. Even before it was retired, unlimited never really meant unlimited. It ran through a slower, throttled mode, queues, limits, and heavy users started getting their accounts flagged for, well, using it heavily. So the word on the pricing page and the reality in my workflow were two very different things. For what I do, high volume, faceless, predictable output, that was the moment Runway stopped making sense. Runway? For me, it was time to run away. Now stay with me, because here's where it gets interesting. While I was on Runway, the model I actually liked using underneath it had a name. Sea Dance. Remember that word. Sea Dance is a video model, and Runway was just one place to access it, at Runway's price. I'll come back to that. It turns out that one detail matters more than almost anything else in this entire video. What about the obvious one, Sora, OpenAI's Sora 2? I'll be straight with you, I never used it for this. I work with OpenAI, I looked hard at the pricing, and for what I do, a lot of clips on repeat for faceless content, the higher quality Pro tier was just too expensive to make the math work. And on top of that, OpenAI has been winding Sora down lately, so building a whole production pipeline on it felt like building on sand. Not for me. Moving on. Google's Veo through Flow and Gemini. Here's a fair one. For images, Gemini has been genuinely great for me, often free, and I still reach for it for stills. Credit where it's due. But for video? Unusable for my use case. The content filters were so aggressive that ordinary, harmless scenes, anything with people, with faces, normal stuff, kept getting blocked. I'm not making edgy content, I just couldn't reliably get clean output. So, great for images, dead end for my video. Next. Then there's Grok from XAI. And honestly, for a while, Grok was brilliant, genuinely fun, genuinely capable. Then it got weird. Then it recovered. And then, for me, it fell apart. The limits kept getting cut, even on a paid plan, even when I was paying for headroom, I'd hit a wall. And there's no real business tier built for someone running consistent volume. So a tool I was actually rooting for turned into something I couldn't rely on. For my workflow, Grok crashed out. Then there's the long tail. The ones I tried so you don't have to. Musicful. For me, the quality just wasn't there. Every so often a lucky result, but you can't build on luck. Expensive lesson. Freebeat, too boxed in. You create the way it wants you to create, not the way you need to. Another expensive lesson. Luma. I looked closely. The pricing and API access didn't justify it for me. Luva. I'll come back to. It mattered more than I first thought. Hydra. Fine for a single still frame. Beyond that, no. None of these were bad. They just weren't the whole answer yet. One more I have to mention because it's everywhere right now. Higgsfield. Huge hype all over my feed, and I want to be careful here. I only looked at this one. I never paid for it. So this isn't me reviewing my own experience. It's me telling you what stopped me from pulling the trigger. Two things. 1. For the kind of automated, scaled-up workflow I run, there's a real risk of accounts getting restricted, and the rules around what's allowed have been a moving target. 2. When I lined up the price against what I'm about to show you, it just didn't add up for me. I'm not going to throw numbers at you. Do the math yourself for your own volume. For me, the risk plus the cost said, pass. So that's the graveyard. And here's where it all comes together. The pattern I promised you. Remember Seedance, the model I actually liked under Runway? Once I started paying attention, I saw it everywhere. Runway was reselling it, Luva was reselling it, and openly advertising it as their best price option. Other platforms, same story. All these tools with their own logos, their own subscriptions, their own hype. A lot of them were just middlemen, charging me a markup to reach the exact same engine. Which raised the obvious question. Who actually makes Seedance? And can I just go straight to the source? The answer is a company called Byte Plus. And the reason almost nobody talks about it is honestly kind of funny. It's intimidating. Byte Plus is the enterprise cloud arm of ByteDance. Yes, the ByteDance behind TikTok. And when you land on it, it looks like it was built for giant corporations. GPUs, databases, security, a wall of enterprise stuff that has nothing to do with making a video. Most creators take one look and bounce. But buried inside is the part that matters. It's called Model Arc. And inside Model Arc you'll find Dreamina and Seedance for video and Seedream for images. The actual source models, direct. It took me about 2 days to dig through the platform and figure out which part I actually needed. I'm going to save you those 2 days. Because once you find it, the pricing is the part where, for me, nothing else came close. Images start at around 3 cents each. Video runs you a few cents a clip. There's a free tier to test with and a free way in to get started, which honestly makes it one of the friendlier on-ramps for a beginner once you know where to look. Full API access, so you can actually automate it. The same engine half these other tools are quietly reselling, minus the middleman, minus the markup. Quick tip while we're here. You'll see a 2.0 version of Seedance. For faceless everyday content, you don't need it. The standard 1.5 models are cheaper and do the job. One honest limit specific to the 2.0 family. Consistent artist images aren't possible there without a referencing and validation process. On Faceless 1.5, that's a non-issue. Don't let the shiny new number cost you more than you have to. So here's the honest, no hype takeaway, and it depends on how you work. For the voiceover, the voice you're listening to right now, I use 11 Labs. It's the one I trust for voice and the one I actually pay for. For video and images, there are two honest paths. If you need real API access to automate, go straight to the source. Byte plus, direct through model arc, a few cents a clip. If you don't need raw API, Louva's Max plan is, for me, existentially better. It runs unlimited across a whole range of models. Seedance 1.5 Pro, Google Nano Banana, GPT Image, Seedream, Kling, and Grok. That unlimited Seedance 1.5 is what became my faceless video creator going forward. Pick by your need, no markup chasing, no hype. Two quick things before you go. First, full transparency. The Louva and 11 Labs links in the description are affiliate links. If you use them, it supports the channel at no extra cost to you. I'm an independent affiliate, not a partner, not sponsored. Nobody's paying me to say any of this. I recommend exactly what I use. That's the entire point of no hype. Second, if you want to go deeper, I've left two things below. My first guide on turning AI tools into real income is out now. And I've put together a full field report on everything you just heard. Every tool, every verdict, and a step-by-step walkthrough. Both are linked down below. Test everything for yourself. Trust your own numbers, and I'll see you in the next one. ToolProof Lab. Tools tested. No hype.